Ladies and gentlemen, we want to talk about this individual that is on my screen. We're going to talk about old Billy Bob here because he just looks like a Billy Bob, right? Or a Gomer Pyle. I don't know what he looks like, but y'all can see his picture. Y'all see his face. This individual is accused of doing something not only to his two sons, but also in connection with his two daughters as well. And this was a story that was put out there, and they did as best as they could to try to spread the word because they were actually trying to find the daughters, and they actually did. So this is kind of like a somber story because the boys, his sons, did not survive, but the daughters did because they were able to find them quick enough. But let's talk about old Billy Bob here. Let me tell you guys about what old Billy Bob did. His name is Donny Jackson. That's his designation. And he is a father who is suspected of killing his own two sons before he abducted his two daughters from their Leavenworth, Kansas home on Saturday. Now, the two girls' disappearance was the subject of a multi-state Amber Alert on Saturday that ended when Jackson was arrested in a place called Eric, Oklahoma, and his daughters were found safe in the vehicle, according to officials. But let me tell you guys this, because I need to clarify. This story is not going to fall on Oklahoma. So, Kansas, y'all are going to take the L for this one. Oklahoma is not going to take the L. Kansas takes the L. Kansas takes the L. Now, a Kansas Amber Alert on the Twitter account wrote on Saturday morning that the two girls are believed to have been abducted by old Billy Bob. I don't know why he looks like a Billy Bob to me. But they were abducted by their father, who may have been involved in a double homicide of his two beautiful little sons right there. And I just don't understand what these kids could have done to deserve what they got. I really don't understand this. And like I said, we're going to have to dig more to this story. In the bottom, those are his two sons. At the top, those are his daughters. Now, let's keep going. He's now being held in an Oklahoma jail pending his first court appearance, which is scheduled for Monday, according to the news. Now, charges have not been filed yet, but the outlet reported that investigators are working with the prosecutors to file charges in connection with the double homicide and abduction. But here's some things that you need to know about this story. Number one, authorities told the news that it's unclear when the homicides and the abductions actually occurred. One of the kids didn't show up to a soccer game, the outlet reported, so a family member went to the house and found the homicide scene. Wow. Sisters Nora Jackson and Avon Jackson, who were 3 years old, were both missing. Those are the two sisters, the little girls, his daughters. The KBI, Kansas Bureau of Investigation, posted to Facebook on Saturday morning indicating that an Amber Alert was issued for Kansas and Missouri. It wrote, at 1:16 p.m., the sheriff's office received a 911 call from a resident on the 14,900 block of Hillside Road in Leavenworth. The call led deputies to discover a homicide scene with two deceased juvenile males inside the residence and two missing girls, Avon and Nora Jackson. The suspect in the abduction and the incident is the father, Donny Jackson, a.k.a. Old Billy Bob. I don't know why he looks like he needs to be on an episode of Duck Dynasty, especially that picture right there, but I digress. He is described as a 40-year-old white male, 5'11", 190 pounds. He has brown hair and blue eyes, and the Leavenworth County Emergency Management Facebook page also posted about the situation and added that the suspect is believed to be armed and dangerous. Now, the KBI also stated on Facebook that the vehicle that had been stopped for a routine traffic violation near Oklahoma, the Oklahoma border, before the 911 call about the homicides. Officials confirmed that the girls were in the vehicle and the Amber Alert was extended to to Oklahoma and Arkansas. Here's point number 2. Later on Saturday, the KBI reported on Facebook that both kids are now found safe and the suspect is in custody. So that's a clap your hands moment, because out of the 4 kids, they were able to find 2 of them. The other 2 boys, these 2 boys were not so successful in trying to find them before something happened. Hashtag, where's the biological mother in this story, huh? Well, let's keep going. Maybe we'll find out. The Oklahoma Highway Patrol located and arrested him and posted details of his arrest on Facebook. And it wrote, earlier this evening, one of our troopers overheard Beckham County broadcasting a vehicle matching the description of the Amber Alert vehicle getting fuel at the 26 mile marker on I-40. Okay, the 26 mile marker. 2 of our troopers are headed that way. An Oklahoma Corporation Commission motor carrier officer, saw the vehicle go by. That was a mouthful. Go by, according to the post, and turned on his emergency lights. Jackson's vehicle stopped off the highway, and the officer asked him to get out of his vehicle, which he did. Within 2 minutes of the stop, troopers and Beckham County deputies arrived and assisted in taking 40-year-old Donny Jackson, that bearded dude right there, into custody. Point number 3. He's currently in the Oklahoma County jail, currently in jail in Oklahoma, but I'm assuming he's probably in the county jail, where he may stay for a few nights depending on extradition from Oklahoma, the Leavenworth County Undersheriff told the news. Charges have not been announced yet, but he'll probably appear before the court on Monday in Oklahoma. The undersheriff told the news he will likely be charged with felony murder, but did not provide any additional details. The news also reported that Jackson may face federal charges for traveling across state lines. The undersheriff told the outlet that family members will be traveling to Oklahoma to pick up the girls and bring them back to Kansas. Point number 4. The 2 boys have not been identified, but you can see a picture of them right there in the bottom right-hand corner of that picture right there. But on a GoFundMe page, because of course, why have insurance when you could just open up a GoFundMe and just wait for some benevolent people out there to feel sorry for you and donate to your GoFundMes? We got to start having life insurance. Damn. Let me ask you guys a question while we're doing this. How much do y'all think they opened up this GoFundMe for? Anybody want to take a guess? How many thousands of dollars do y'all think that this GoFundMe was opened up for? I'm going to give y'all a minute or 2 to take a guess. How much money do y'all think that they asked for on this GoFundMe? I'm going to transfer this picture over to my computer so that way I don't have any issues with the screen lagging. Y'all want to take a guess? Said 50,000, 2,500, 50,000, 100,000, 20,000, 50K. Well, if you guess 50K, you're warm. You are warm if you guess 50K. I don't know if they did this just because this case got a lot of national attention. I don't know if they needed that much money or not. I don't know. But I'm going to show y'all the GoFundMe, and I just want y'all to tell me what your opinion is. So I'm transferring this picture over now. Here we go. Take a look at this. Please take a look at this GoFundMe. Let me make it big on the screen. Can you guys see this picture? Can y'all see how much they asked for on this GoFundMe? Huh? Matter of fact, let me use a different color. We're going to go with green today, since everybody want to take advantage of the green. Can y'all see this? That number right there. I know my lines aren't very clean, but y'all get the point. $75,000. Would you guys like to read why they're asking for $75,000? Well, let's take a look. Let me see how long it is first, because if it's really long yet. Okay, here we go. On October the 24th of 2020, which was a few days ago, Logan Jackson, who's 14 years old, and Austin Jackson, who is 12 years old. Uh-oh. Let me go ahead and remove that. Scoot this picture over a little bit. So Austin and Logan Jackson lives were tragically taken from them, and Tara is now faced. Apparently, Tara, I guess, is Tara Jackson is the biological mother's name, and Tara Jackson is now faced with the overwhelming task of paying for funerals for her two sons. She will also face many other unknowns in the future. Nora and Avon were reunited with Tara, the mother, after a multi-state Amber Alert, will undoubtedly need help to get through this tragic event as well. Please help Tara in any way that you can. Here's my issue. First of all, they definitely should have had life insurance. My second issue is if you're going to do this GoFundMe, they could have started off with a small amount. And if people wanted to over donate that amount, then they could have done that and they still would have got the money. But I just think for you to start with a $75,000 goal, I just think that's a bit much. Am I tripping? Come on, guys. Y'all can tell me what y'all think in the chat. Is that a bit much, or am I just tripping right now? I don't know. Yes, it's a tragedy. Yes, it's sad. Yes, we all feel bad. That's what I'm talking about when I talk about plucking the heartstrings. That's exactly what I'm talking about. We feel sorry in here, but I always tell people you don't fix a problem by throwing money at it. If people realize that they had to get life insurance and people might not donate to their GoFundMes, then more people would start being responsible and get life insurance on their kids. If you cannot afford to have life insurance, then you cannot afford to be a parent. 4 kids, and you just kept making kids, and I guess you just never thought that these human beings would ever pass away. There's no time limit on life. Nobody knows the day or the hour that life is gonna end. It could end when you're born. It could end when you're in your teenage years. It could end when you're in your 20s or 30s or 50s, or even when you're 100. Nobody knows. Life insurance is specifically to take care of the unknown, the just in case. But I digress. We got a lot of news videos to catch up on. Let me give you guys the fair usage. Let's take a look. Let's get it. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use. It is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107. And by the way, if you guys forgot, please click that thumbs up, help share the stream, let other people know that we're live. Here we go. Let's get it.
A tragic discovery in this rural Leavenworth home launched the multi-state search for a man on the run with his 2 daughters after his sons were found dead. They were 11 and 14 years old.
There had been some back and forth with other family members, and I believe there was a family event, a soccer game that one of the children was supposed to be at, didn't show up. A family member had shown up then and had discovered the crime here at the scene.
Authorities issued an Amber Alert to find 40-year-old Donald Jackson, who took off with his daughters, 7-year-old Nora and 3-year-old Avon.
Anytime a child's involved in a crime, it amps up the feelings in regards to all of our deputies are family members or parents themselves. So when something like this transpires, it's difficult on the first responders, the family, and the community at large.
Earlier in the day, before deputies visited his home, Jackson was pulled over by Kansas Highway Patrol near the Oklahoma border for an unrelated traffic stop. Law enforcement expanded their search. People called in sightings near Joplin and Tulsa. Oklahoma Highway Patrol spotted his car near Eric. They found the girls safe and detained their father.
Am I to move these?
All right, guys. There's one big part we got to talk about. We got to talk about the mom for a second before I show you guys the rest of these news videos. And if y'all want to see this particular news video, it's about 10 minutes long. Let me know if you want to hear this or if you want me to skip this video. Okay? The father, Donny Jackson, was in the middle of a divorce from his wife, who was the mother, and that is Tara Jackson. So Donny Jackson and Tara Jackson were in the middle of a divorce. Okay? Now, the news reported, hashtag not my words, but the news reported that Jackson and his wife were in the middle of divorce proceedings. Wow. Jackson first filed for divorce in August of 2019, the outlet wrote, and he was representing himself after his attorney withdrew from the case in September. The next court hearing was set for November 12th. The Leavenworth County Undersheriff told the news that Jackson had on-again, off-again access to his children. I'll read that again. This is alleged at this point. They said that he had on-again, off-again access to his kids. On again, off again. Why am I repeating that? Why is that significant? That is significant because, again, you're talking about playing with the emotions of a man. I've told you guys it's very dangerous with a lot of these men being jackasses and thugs and criminals and things like that. And I'm not saying he's a criminal, but what I am saying is that he is a man, and he seems to have been a man on the edge, okay? He might have been a perfectly fine man prior to these divorce proceedings. But they said on again, off again access. So what that means to the people who wanted to donate to that $75,000 GoFundMe, huh? What that means is that he is accusing the mom, the biological mom, of not letting him see his kids. And I guess she just thought that was going to be okay. And he's a man, and men apparently don't have emotions. Men apparently only have like an ice chest inside of their chest. They don't have a heart inside of their chest. So apparently men don't have any feelings. He is accusing the mom of withholding his kids, and now 2 of the 4 kids are dead. Does that not sound like a motive? Huh? Whenever we talk about these stories, a lot of people ask, why did this happen? Now, neighbors of Tara Jackson, the mother of the children involved, told the news that the couple lived apart, and the 2 boys usually live with Donny Jackson, while the girls live with Tara Jackson in Lansing. They also said that Donny Jackson visited his daughters and wife frequently and had been there on Thursday. The estranged couple also has a baby together. Damn. Who was pictured in the Facebook photos of the family. The news reported that the baby was not involved in Saturday's events. The undersheriff told the news, the AP, that investigators weren't sure of the motive for the double homicide and abduction. He said there had been some back and forth with the family, but at this time, investigators are trying to determine what went on with the family dynamic that got us to this point. I just told you guys what happened. And what I believe happened is that he felt like the mom was trying to keep him from his kids. On again, off again access. That's what he's claiming. By far, the most tragic thing in this story is the fact that these two young men who could have grown up and become something great ended up losing their lives over what? Over what? Because mom and dad couldn't figure this thing out. They couldn't be adult enough to be able to not get on each other's nerves, not piss each other off, whatever it is that people go through in marriage, right? Everybody goes through stuff. But at the end of the day, you still have to come together for the kids. And it just seemed that there was a breakdown somewhere. Regardless of what the breakdown is, there is no excuse for what this man did to his sons and what he was probably about to try to do to his daughters. We could only imagine. And there just is no excuse. There's not an excuse for men. There's not an excuse for women. But what we have to do is we have to start holding criminals accountable for their actions. This man, looking like Gomer Pyle, with that smile on his face. I think the smile on that mugshot is probably what bothers me more than anything. I don't know why people smile on mugshots. Like, that's not going to help you in court, dude. But nonetheless, I'm thankful that the girls they were looking for were found. Thank you and shout out to the Oklahoma Highway Patrol, who were able to get on this really, really quick. They were able to communicate. They were able to find him. And thank goodness for the Amber Alert system. You know, the fact that this system works, this system is not flawless. It's not without flaw, but it definitely has helped save more children. And that's what we need. Every life we can save. We just saved 2 additional lives because of this system. Like I say, it's not foolproof, but I'd rather have it than not have it. Lastly, about that $70,000 GoFundMe, I know people in the chat felt like it was a bit high. I personally believe that there shouldn't be a GoFundMe. There should be this thing called life insurance on your kids. Everybody should have life insurance. Not necessarily for something like this to occur, because nobody could have known that this was going to happen. But you don't plan for that. You should just have life insurance, period. Because the fact that we're going to live, we all will die. But lastly, you know, I don't know. I just hope that the mom and those girls can thrive and grow up, and these girls can become something great, and they can go on with their lives. And I want to say RIP to those 2 boys. Let me put some respect on their name real quick. Let me see if I can pull their name up one more time, which is Logan Jackson. Let me see if I can show their picture real quick. Right-hand side of the screen, Logan Jackson, 14 years old. His younger brother, Austin Jackson, 12 years old. RIP, young souls. And prayers up for those baby girls. May those princesses grow up to be queens one day. And I hope that, you know, I don't know. I don't know how you can just be normal after you lose both of your brothers to something so tragic. It's just a really sad thing. Gonna get justice, and his ass is gonna fry for this. This is your boy DJ Just J with the AFC, where we believe that babies' lives matter. From my heart to yours, I love you guys. Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for supporting our voice. Please continue to like, share, and subscribe. Help us build this channel. Let this be your platform. It's not a me thing. It's a we thing. All right? See you guys on the next stream. Hit that thumbs up. Subscribe. Please. Peace.